Hey y'all, good morning. It's been a while since I did a rebounder video, but this is a quick update on my Acon Rebounder. So just looking at it from the back, of course, everything still looks great, almost like brand new. This video is for Grace Upon Grace, who just commented asking about fraying of bungees. Well, really this video is for anyone who has questions about whether or not the bungees frayed or just my experience with bungees. A few months ago, I posted a video and I actually recorded that with my phone. So hopefully you can see a little bit better now, but I was curious about, or sort of concerned about, my bungees starting to look fuzzy. So most of them had this slight little fuzzy appearance, but some of them had a little bit more than others. Like this one, it looks like it is about like this one, it looks like it's about ready to start fraying or something, right? I just wasn't sure what was going on. And then I had some bungees that progressed from like what I just showed you. All right, bear with me, you guys, I'm new to this camera. Oh, this is probably perfect how the light is falling right here. So you see, basically what will happen is they'll start like the one I just showed you, where it just looks a little fuzzy, and then little areas start to go, and then it starts going like kind of like this one, and then eventually I would notice it would look like this. So the word that I use to describe this, fraying, because I mean, I don't know, I'm a layperson, and to me that was the, you know, if it was a rope or something like that, I would say that that is frayed. I got a huge variety of responses. Some people said, no, that's not fraying. Fraying looks different, and fraying is what you need to look for when it's time to replace the bungees. Bungees are still structurally sound. And then I had other people comment and say, oh my God, that is definitely an issue. One person said that they were defective bungees and that she had gone through Acon and they actually replaced her bungees because of it. And then, you know, there were other people who said that is completely normal wear and tear on a rebounder and the bungees, and just to continue using the rebounder and everything would be fine. Long story short, so I posted that video. I think that was either my 3-month or probably my 4-month update for the Acon Rebounder. And I left those bungees on. I didn't replace them with the replacement bungees. As far as that post, it was very interesting to me because some of those comments actually disappeared. I don't know if YouTube deleted them. I don't know why. I mean, there wasn't anything that was like against YouTube's policy as far as I could see, you know, as far no one was using inappropriate language or anything like that. But yeah, some of those disappeared. I will say that at the point I noticed the fraying is when I was doing longer and more intense workouts on the rebounder. Since then, you guys can kind of see, oh my gosh, what a mess. I'm in the process of moving right now. And so and then I also was recovering from some dental work. I got my amalgam fillings removed, yay. And some other dental work too. So my rebounding has cut down significantly, where I'm doing like 5 minutes per day, every single day. But I definitely, you know, I definitely have noticed a difference in the month or so where I've been doing just sort of basic light workouts. It's all probably going to depend on how you use the rebounder and how often, how long your bungees last, right? Around the back side, they all look great. No fraying, no nothing. Maybe a little bit of that like fuzziness. And I mean, I'm not too concerned about that. I mean, I know there's a normal wear and tear. I know that bungees are supposed to last for a couple years overall, and maybe some of them will give out a little sooner. So that's how I've been taking it. The other question that Miss Grace asked about was the mat, if there's any change in the mat. And now that we have this new camera, woohoo, I can really show you guys. It's been like about 6 months that I've had this rebounder and using it pretty regularly, whether it was, you know, learning to use the rebounder where I wasn't on it that much, gradually progressing up to like more intense workouts that I think contributed to the fraying or the faster fraying of some of the Bungees. The mat itself, I feel like, has changed a little bit too. I remember when I first got the rebounder, so of course I talk about a lot that there's an adjustment, there was an adjustment period, right? Where just being on the rebounder at all, it felt weird. It was hard to get my balance and my equilibrium together. But I also spoke about how towards the edges of the rebounder, you guys please excuse one, my feet, any body hair that may be going on. That is not the purpose of this video, right? But I just realized that. Anyway, yeah, so like here around the edges, I mean, if you watch my original video and you kind of compare, like out here was very taut, very firm. When my feet landed here, it felt very stiff, very supported, right? And then it kind of got more bouncy here, but now it's just, you know, the mat overall, I guess it's just broken in, right? So yeah, the mat overall is just broken in at this point. Not unusable, it's not unusable, but it's something to consider, right? Because we have these extremes. Look, I'm telling you, I'm just barely walking around, and this thing, it'll get your heart rate up and get your breath going. Also, trying to talk at the same time. But yeah, just a slight difference in how stiff and how firm the rebounder is. When you step in the middle, it goes down now a lot more than it did in the beginning. Of course, you're gonna have to take into account your, again, you know, your weight, your use, how intense your workouts are. But these are the things that begin to happen. Also thinking about those Bungees too. I still have that terror and paranoia about Bungees potentially breaking in the middle of a workout. I really don't want that to happen to me. So, you know, I think that's impacted my use of the rebounder and also my progress, right? But I don't think any rebounder would have been perfect. So, I mean, I guess the simple solution, I could have just replaced these Bungees or contacted Acon. Let me show you guys. Like, even with me on the rebounder right now, with all of my weight on it, and I've paid attention and kept a close eye on these Bungees as time went on, and they're really strong. I mean, like, even in this state, I feel like they're holding me and things like that. And I don't think, just based on the feel of the rebounder and stuff, I don't think that what I just showed you guys or talked about with the mat, I don't think it's a result of these Bungees. I think it's just the breaking in, the settling in of the rebounder versus it being like a bad product. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Just little things, you know what I mean? Like the Bungee clips look a little bit worn, but I think over time, like, that's the thing, right? This thing's gonna look a little rugged, a little used, a little broken in. And there's always the option, you know, to get a different rebounder that has a different balance and things like that. But to follow up with you guys, because I get so many questions about the bounce of this Acon rebounder, and I will say that the mat seemed to like loosen up and soften up a little bit over time. So something to think about, especially if you were on the fence about a rebounder with such a soft or softer bounce compared to some other options. All right, you guys, I hope this helps, and I hope you have an amazing day. Talk to you soon. Peace.